What's the deal, YouTube? We're back with the second Xbox Fire podcast. Thank you guys for rocking out with us. We had dealers in here with us today. Um, so right away, we're going to talk. What you guys want to hop on this Titanfall coming to the PlayStation 4? How do you guys feel about that?
I honestly don't give a shit.
Not
uh, no, like if Respawn Entertainment wants to put it on PlayStation, get more sales, more power to you. It's gonna have more of a following on Xbox, regardless of what they do.
Hmm.
All I gotta say is I'm happy it's not going on 360.
Good point. Good point. How about you, dealer?
Yeah, I don't really give a fuck. No, I am really annoyed though that we know we're not going to get those Azure servers that made the first one of the best shooters around because they're gonna do the old equality bullshit, the parity, and pretty much hold back the X1 version online because of the PS4 version. So
Yeah, you know what? No, I think a lot of what I'm gonna be real. You know, man, when you come to these companies, they all so full of shit. According to them, Respawn Entertainment, and I guess maybe it was just saying that to hype up, quote unquote Titanfall in the cloud. But they said the game couldn't be made without Microsoft in the cloud. You know what I mean? Like if they're not going to
I think
use.
they meant as it was, like the AI and all that came from the
Yeah,
Azure
yeah, it
cloud
did. It came
network.
from it's heavy reliable on the cloud. A lot of stuff, takes, that the cloud handles. But again, like I said, a lot of Xbox fans were pissed off because I guess they bought into the hype of, Respawn Entertainment saying this game could be made without the cloud. And if they're not going to use the Azure servers, they was full of shit all along. You know what I mean? Did you guys see the trailer?
Yeah, I saw it.
It looked like now the robots in Mexico are going to have swords.
It made it look more like cinematic. It looks like it's actually going to have a story.
Oh, I mean,
It
yeah,
looked like they actually had some fucking time to make it. To me, fuck, first one was rushed.
yeah,
Still
what was it?
great, but
Yeah, it was a good
rushed.
shooter. It's a well balanced shooter. I'm not the biggest guy on shooters, but it's definitely probably maybe I don't know, maybe one of the best shooters that came out this generation.
Yeah, when you shot motherfuckers, they died. Like that
Yeah,
was the best part. There was no lag that I can remember. The ping was just what, like 15 last time I saw.
yeah,
So it's ridiculously quick.
yeah, yeah. Also, too, speaking of shooters, the Gears of War 4 trailer. What do you guys think?
That looks like it's going to be pretty good setup story wise. I wanna see how the past Gears with Marcus Phoenix
Is he
lines
dead?
up. I don't know. I actually didn't say that in the trailer, but it looked like he raised his son, and now the son is having flashbacks.
I didn't play Judgment. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't care for it. I thought it was a cash grab. Did any of you guys here finish Judgment? What happened at the end of Judgment?
Well, Judgment was a prelude to number one. It had nothing whatsoever to do with Gears of War 3
Oh,
after.
okay.
It
All
had
right.
it had to it had to do with before Gears of War 1. It was like the setup. I thought it was absolute trash because the story was all told in flashback. I hated that.
Mm-hmm.
And it had no like base, and it had like basically you could do it in like 3.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they did the new mechanics, it was made by a side studio, so it wasn't made by the
It
same
wasn't. It
people.
wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah, it
made
was
Yeah,
by.
it was.
outsourced to the Polish studio. People can fly.
It wasn't made by Epic. Like, that I do know. That I do know. So I'm saying, as far as you see, you're interested in the story.
Yeah, but it was also following. I think Bard is his name, right? The blonde, the sniper blonde head guy. Yeah, it was on his story, and Marcus Phoenix wasn't part of it.
Yeah, the Gears 4 trailer was phenomenal. Completely blew me away and instantly made me invested in the story of this game. For the song choice, it was the best trailer Microsoft had put out
Nice.
in a very
Over the
long time.
top, wasn't it? Over
Yeah,
the top.
The
I like
song
I
was
like the
called "The
song.
Sound of Silence" by Disturbed. It was a
Mm-hmm.
cover, and it was just phenomenal. So well done. And like I said, I instantly want to know more about KD now. I just do because of this trailer. I mentioned that on my last video. It just grabbed me, and I'm definitely very excited for Gears 4 now. Much more excited. I'm hoping for a great story.
You know what's crazy? I said this before Halo 5 came out. right after right before Gears of War Ultimate was coming out, and I said, I believe it was on BGST. If not, I may have said it on my own channel. That I believe that Gears is going to be the new face of the Xbox. As far as it's going to take over from Halo. You know what I mean? Because I'm being honest, Halo is not as big as it used to be. Still huge. You know what I mean? But it's not.
Well, I feel like Halo 5, if it were on the 360, if the X1 never came out and it was Halo 5 after 4, it would have sold more. It's obviously coming out towards the beginning of a console's life cycle, and Gears has some things working against it. Third-person shooters just are not as popular as first-person shooters, even still. So, I mean, Gears is going to be amazing, but it's got some work to do to overtake Halo.
Listen, I've heard some great things from those people that I know within the loop, not gonna say any names, that have played because right now Gears is on a world tour and they're stopping by different places and people letting the media try it. I've heard they have some kick-ass modes. The game uh, looks good, runs good. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm gonna stand. Like I said, I won't be surprised if Gears, outsells Halo 5 this holiday season. The reason why I said also too, so it's gonna be against a bigger Xbox install base. You know what I mean? And like I said, there are a lot of people still playing on Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3. They have yet to upgrade from the 360. You know what I mean? So still, it had, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, Gears has a cult fuss. It was Microsoft was second populous exclusive IP behind Halo. You know what I mean? So hold on.
And two, like I said, that first trailer for Gears is just, man, I feel like that's just so much more emotionally investing than any of the Halo trailers, Halo 5 trailers.
Well, I read in the Game Informer last month that this Gears of War 4, its emphasis on the story outweighs its multiplayer portion. It's like
I'm sure the multiplayer will be great, but yeah.
It's like 85% story and then 15% multiplayer. But in the article, they didn't say what the multiplayer was actually going to be.
They probably were talking about really what their focus might have been. I don't know if that speaks to the amount of content for multiplayer, but I'm sure they're really wanting people to jump back into the story because they've already talked about how you're pretty much going to be blown away by what's possible after Gears 4, what this could lead into for the next two titles, is what they said. Oh. So it's looking good. And don't none of you motherfuckers judge the game for the beta either. I mean, I'm telling you, like,
when is the beta?
Has come out that looked exactly the same as the actual full game.
When is the beta?
It's here in the next couple days, like the 18th, I think.
Jesus. Man, oh man. Me personally, like I said, I tend to stay away from the betas and stuff because it ruins my excitement for the game. Like I said, I bought a couple betas. No, I'm sorry. I partook in a couple betas, and I didn't like them, so I didn't even buy the game. I know I'm gonna get Gears because, like I said, I like the fact that it's in third person. I'm not too big on first persons anymore.
I get really annoyed when gamers like a beta comes out and they're like, "Oh, the beta is trash. I'm not gonna get the game." When that's just a small portion and just a small test area of the game, and that doesn't resemble the actual game, like the actual game content. That just resembles what it actually feels like, not what the actual game is.
I guess we understand why developers release demos and call them betas now, right? Because people get pissed,
Like I said, are you guys picking it up this holiday season?
Yeah, I am.
October 11th?
Yeah, it's in October. Yeah, it's in October.
That's a midnight day one for me. So right now, as of that first fucking trailer.
So let me ask you guys a question. Do you think? Here's the thing. So this holiday season, what are you guys picking up?
Everything.
I mean, what are you most looking forward to this holiday season?
All right. Well, that's a two-sided story or multiplayer.
Well, no, whatever.
Okay. Well, story, I definitely want Gears of War. Story, I definitely want Final Fantasy. For multiplayer, I want the new Battlefield, whatever that actually is, and then
is Battlefield coming out this year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of damn shooters this goddamn holiday season.
Yeah. Oh, it is rumored to be in World War I. I'm not buying it though. I just don't see him going backwards. So.
We're talking about force Battlefield.
Yeah.
Now, if I had to choose between Battlefield and Call of Duty, I'd pick Battlefield any day. I hate fucking Call of Duty.
Any day.
I hate goddamn Call of Duty. But so you said Battlefield, Gears. What else?
Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy into that shit?
Yeah. I already said this last week. No, I actually haven't paid that off. I think most of the games that I'm getting actually come out next month. I don't have a lot for the fall lineup. I'm not getting Halo Wars 2. I'm just not gonna buy that.
Yeah, I'm not into RTSs either.
You're not a fan of RTS games?
No, I'm not.
Oh man, I love RTS games.
Uh-oh.
Anybody that wants to know what the best RTS of all time, in my opinion, is Rise of Nations. You can get it for $5 on G2A.com. Play it on Steam. It's phenomenal. It's older, but it's the best RTS I've ever played. I'm looking forward to Halo Wars as well.
I'm just not with the mouse and keyboard point. That's just not my thing. So what are you looking for just besides Halo Wars 2? You got Halo Wars 2. What else you got, dealer?
Well, they haven't really announced the next Forza, so we'll see that at E3. I feel like they need to
got
do
leaked,
something
though.
a bit
It got
different there.
leaked. Someone showed it. Are you gonna get Forza Horizon 3?
Yeah, I'll get it. I just hope that they add some fucking cops. You know, do something. Make the map, the single player, a connected server to where maybe you're going to your single player event, your race, and your buddy's fucking flying the other way down the road, going to his, and there's some cops maybe chasing your other crackhead buddy down the road over here. You know, like they should really connect these things and bring it all together and make it just something a little different than Horizon 2 and Horizon 1. Those two are very similar.
Oh, I like
But they
this
were
thing.
both great. They were both
Yeah,
great.
yeah, I do. I don't care for the motors. I'm not big into the like simulation.
Cops alone would be enough for me, you know.
You know what I mean? But wasn't Forza Horizon 2 on the 360?
Yes, it was.
I mean, I think they can do much more again if they don't put it on the 360.
Yes, they were. Some people say yes, they were developed for different platforms, but the overall map, the story, everything was designed
Same
around the
thing.
lowest common denominator. So
Yeah, like I
of
said,
course they can always do more.
you got a half a gig of RAM on the 360 and the PS3, DirectX 9, and I don't even care if you have two separate teams making the game. That game still has to fit around the parameters of a half a gig of RAM and goddamn DirectX 9. Just the quote unquote the next generation version is just gonna be a shinier version of that same fucking game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the map and all that story content, all of that's got to work on the lowest common denominator. So
Yeah, but like I said, well, Microsoft, we still got coming from Microsoft. We got Recore. I'm still waiting to see what type of game that is. I think it can be a big wow
I don't think
factor.
that's going to hit this year, but yeah, I think it's going to be something special. Or
I mean, they said it's supposed to come out this holiday season.
I'll tell you anything you want to hear. I don't think it's. I just don't see it hitting this year.
Do you
Yeah.
guys see Crackdown 3 hitting this year?
No, we getting the beta in the
The
summertime.
multiplayer. Yeah, right.
We get the beta this summer. The beta.
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they can slip the multiplayer without.
that's
the
funny too. We're not going to see any of them Sony fanboys that were saying the cloud wasn't real. You know, you saw that shit in action at E3. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're going to see all these games look so much better, but you see cloud compute on the Xbox One, and I really don't see any of them saying, "Well, I was full of shit. I was wrong." I'd like to see some of that.
But you know what? Here's the thing, though. Even with this cloud, and I'm gonna be honest here, even with the cloud, we heard so much about it. Talking about to make the Xbox 32 times more powerful, yada yada yada. And this is Microsoft's baby. And if they don't believe in it, they have to quarterback this thing. So what I'm saying, from going from Crackdown on, all of their exclusives should have some of the cloud. You understand what I'm saying?
Or
It
an
has to.
option for the cloud, yeah.
Or whatever you know what I mean, as far as when it comes to the multiplayer part or whatever the case may be, it should have if they before third party whoever hops on board, they got to quarterback this thing them down the field. You know what I mean, score a couple touchdowns. You know, for it really to be successful and for it to take off for you know what I mean the Xbox whatever the case may be. You know,
Yeah.
that's just my opinion. But like I said, I'm looking forward to Recore, Gears of War 4,
Forza Horizon 3.
Forza Horizon 3. You know what I mean. What else is it? Cuphead. I want Cuphead. I'm interested in Cuphead. You know, I know it's a little indie. Was probably like a $20 game, but to me that looks a little neat. Like I like the old school cartoons. I'm a big fan of those, so I'm looking forward to Cuphead. I don't really care about that Sea of Thieves. I don't like Remedy. I'm just being honest. I don't like the art style.
Rare.
The last game I think I really enjoyed that Remedy made was Killer Instinct. They don't even make Killer Instinct anymore. I'm a big
Yeah, I think you mean Rare. Yeah, Rare.
yeah, you know what I mean. And I'm not, you know, I said Remedy, my bad.
Yeah, Remedy.
Yeah, so as far as exclusive, that's about it on this. You know what I mean? You know, on the Sony.
And who knows, Rare could come back with this shit. You know, it's not over. Motherfuckers come back all the time. Dead developers that have lost a lot of talent. You know, I'm not saying Rare has no talent, but obviously most of it had left over the years, and they've hired a lot of new people for this stuff. So we'll see how that product turns out.
Yeah, but I just want to see, you know what I mean, what they're making. Like, I see it Thieves. Like I said, that doesn't appeal to me. I got to see some. I want to see some actual gameplay. I don't care about floating around on boats, blowing that. Nah, no, thank you. You know what I mean? Like I said,
Yeah.
it's given a track record. They've been stuck making Connect titles for the last couple of years. You know what I mean? Which have been successful. They were cash grabs, but it is what it is. You know.
You
Um,
think we'll see the next Assassin's Creed at E3?
oh yeah, that's fucking.
Assassin's Creed
You
2017.
Assassin's Creed fan? You're into Assassin's Creed?
Oh, I mean, Assassin's Creed 4 was phenomenal, but
You know what?
Unity, while
I
while
just
technically sound, at least now after 50 million patches, sucked. And Syndicate, I took that back a day or so after I bought it because I hated it so much.
you know
So,
I
me.
I loved Syndicate. Syndicate was
fuck
probably my
Syndicate. Oh my
favorite.
god.
You
Did
know.
you at least beat it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go.
No, fuck no, I didn't beat it. I
You
couldn't. I
have
didn't
to,
want to play it.
beat it and then tell me it sucks.
No, no, I can play a game for 5 hours and then tell you if it sucks or not. I mean, if that
Nah,
logic,
that
fuck.
story had like the most had that story had the most like actual content and actual storyline than
I
Black
didn't like
Flag
the
or
animations. I didn't
Unity.
like the fighting. I didn't like the color palette was bland to me. I just didn't like it. I
You
think
know
there's a
what?
reason
I'm gonna be real
it's
with
the
you.
worst selling Assassin's Creed in a long time.
It had a lot of problems.
The next one is going to be in Egypt. I'm looking forward to that.
But no, here's the thing
Yeah.
with the whole Assassin's Creed, and now I kind of chalked up in the boat as with the Call of Duty, and I was a big Assassin's Creed fan. It was Assassin's Creed 1, I loved. Assassin's Creed 2 blew me away. Then they start doing the Brotherhood, and this, that, and the other. I'm like, what the hell? You know what I mean? I
Three
like
is
when
still
Yeah.
my favorite. Three
Annual
is still my
releases.
favorite.
they did it every year.
3?
Yeah,
What? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah,
I
three is still
hated
my
3.
favorite.
3 had
Yeah,
so much
that's when it was in
potential.
America, right? When it was in the older
yeah,
times.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's when you played fucking hide and go seek for 20 minutes with virtual kids. I mean, you felt like a pedo on a playground. It was ridiculous, and
You still feel like a pedo.
3 was such a
Damn.
it
Yeah,
was such a letdown.
like I said, I didn't care for the spin-offs.
didn't. It's not like I hated Black Flag, but Black Flag, it took in the new concept of you actually have to level up to go forward, and that's something I didn't really like. And that's basically how basically Black Flag through Syndicate works. I
Mm.
liked the ones before Black Flag where you could just go bang 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 and you wouldn't have to basically do anything on
So
the
you're not a
side.
big fan of RPG elements.
I'm a fan.
Oh,
I don't mind doing. I don't mind RPGs. It's just you put that into Assassin's Creed, it just takes longer to do it. But I liked the ship battles. I liked that shit. And I just didn't like
Yeah.
the Templar Master. That crap was so easy. It wasn't even funny.
Alright, so I got another question for you guys. Besides Assassin's Creed, E3 is coming up, June. You know,
June 13th. Yeah.
what do you guys want to see from Microsoft? What are you looking forward to?
I want a reveal. I want an explanation.
For what? Explanation for what? What happened?
For all the shit that they keep,
hear
that
me?
they've been keeping from the nice little community.
Oh, they keep it. All right, hold on. We got just my bro, Mark. Are you there?
Jen, what's up, man? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. All right, just hold on 1 second. But like I said, while you're listening, like I said, I have a. I'm gonna give you a chance to answer to Mark. And the question is, what do you want to see from Microsoft or even Sony? It doesn't make a difference at this year's E3. Are you still answering?
Yeah, I'm still answering. Yeah,
Okay.
I want the unveil of their idea for the future. I want to see Gears of War 4. I want to see Halo Wars 2, even though I'm not gonna buy it. I want to see all the new games for the fall. I want to see some more shit on Recore, more shit on Scalebound, and Crackdown 3.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, dealer? What you looking for at
Sorry,
E3?
brother. My girl
go.
just walked in. What's the question?
So the question is, what do you want to see from Microsoft or Sony at this E3? What you looking forward to? Any announcements?
Games running in real time on the actual hardware. No bullshit. And hopefully Ubisoft doesn't reveal their next game for 2020. They have a really bad habit of showing you some shit that doesn't even exist yet, and when it comes out, it's dog shit. So definitely games, Forza. We'll see Halo, Gears of War 4, especially after that first trailer. And I guess we'll see some more Crackdown and probably some debut gameplay of Recore.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing, and like I said, let me before I go to Mark. Microsoft is in a tight spot because not for nothing, we know about those games. You know what I mean? They got to bring some surprises. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to E3. I don't want to see. I got a big thing. I don't want to see games that I've already seen before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Phil's
I wanna
already said
see
there's
huge
going to be
things.
some
You know what I
surprises.
mean? It's cool. We get to see some actual replay of Recore. All right, cool. But I want to see games that I've never seen before. You know what I mean? I want to be surprised if that's the case. But what about you, Mark? What do you want to see at this year's E3?
There with you, Nick Jen. I want to see at least 2 new IPs from Microsoft, exclusives to the Xbox One,
Okay.
and a smaller and more powerful console.
Oh, my man, he want that
An
hardware.
upgrade.
You want that hardware, huh? We're gonna come to that in a minute, though. There's a rumor, not a rumor. Yeah, it is a rumor. So it hasn't been announced.
Microsoft has big news for the E3, so
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that.
Well, like I said, well, me personally, considering today, I don't like Crackdown. Not really a big Crackdown fan, but I mean, I am interested in see what elements the cloud adds to it. Fully destructible. Maybe it can be fun. You know what I mean, to get me into the game. Um, like I said, I already know Forza Horizon 3 is coming. No brainer. I want to see some actual gameplay of Recore. You know what I mean? I want to know what is. I hope it's not a first-person shooter. I wonder what kind of game is Recore. Then for us, just surprises. They got to bring something to wow the crowd because this year you're gonna have Nintendo with their new hardware and Sony with what they're doing. You know
Are,
what I mean?
are Nintendo doing a show, an actual show at E3 this year?
I don't. I mean, they got new hardware. You know what I mean? So they're gonna be. They
Please
get.
understand.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do another web thing. I feel like if they're unveiling hardware, they need to go to the show.
yeah. Like I said, Nintendo's. I don't know what the hell, man. They just seem like. What's my man name that passed away? Watson.
Hmm.
He said himself that Nintendo doesn't do well at competing. They got to forget that whole thought process. They got to fucking bring it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
they need to fire 80% of the motherfuckers there and rehire some new fresh blood. That's for sure.
They know what? They know what? Believe it or not, I was reading an article. Actually, there's some rumors going about this. Rumor specs of the Wii U, 12 gigs of RAM and more powerful GPUs than the Xbox One and the PlayStation, which it should be. It's newer technology. Their ninth generation offering. It shouldn't be on par with the PS4 and the Xbox One, but they were saying that there are a lot of younger cats in Nintendo now. You know what I mean? And me personally, I'm not the biggest Nintendo supporter. No, I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan because, like I said, I gotta say I've grown up with Nintendo, but Nintendo hasn't grown up with me. But they've been in business for over 100 years. I'm just kind of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Like they can't afford another Wii U. They can't. This console here is a gimmick, and
Exactly why they need
That's true, though.
to go back to basics, to have something that's either future proof, like upgradable or something. I know that's crazy for Nintendo, and it's
yeah,
probably not. It's not going to happen. Let's just be honest. But it's got to be extremely powerful to keep up. Because look at the PlayStation, just by itself with the power propaganda, how much more it's sold because of that. It's more important than ever to have adequate hardware. And I just feel like if Nintendo do not do this, they don't have to do something off the wall or crazy. They can do the same shit, but do it better.
They won't do something crazy, but at least if they have a powerful enough console and good multiplats,
Well, I mean, fuck, they got some of the most powerful IPs in the world. I mean, that's
yeah,
undeniable. If they were just to make a box, I know they've already got some other controller bullshit like the Wii U. They've already talked about some revolutionary
that's not what
bullshit
they
there.
need,
But
though. They just need a
yeah,
goddamn
they need
basic
if they're
controller.
going to do something crazy like that, it better be some next level shit because if not, they're going to get fucked again. And it might be their last console. I mean, I know that's crazy to say, but they're they're bleeding money.
Yeah, they just need a basic console. Anything extra, fine, but just send them with the Wii U Pro controller. If I'm gonna listen, I know it's gonna be more powerful than the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. I'm not too big on Mario and Donkey Kong. I'm not gonna spend $400 or $500 just to play Mario. I'm sorry, I'm not. But if the NX can get third party support, and they can I need the basic online features. For as voice chat, I need game invites mandatory for every game. If Nintendo can do that, they're just the basics. It ain't gotta be as fancy as Xbox One.
multiplayer.
You know what I mean? But I need game invites for every game. I need voice chat mandatory for every game, and I
Need
need
shit
third.
tied to the account, not the console.
Yeah, that too. And I need, like I said, third party support. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I don't really care for Mario, and I mean it's cool, but again, I'm not gonna spend $400 to get fucking
I
play
did
the
hear
Mario.
that it was x86 architecture though.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that it's x86, so maybe they're using their fucking brain here already. But they definitely, if they could just get a good network out there with all of their IPs plus equivalent multiplats, it's definitely a good argument for more people to be involved with Nintendo than ever.
Yeah, like I said, if they do that, I buy one. If not, no, thank you. At the end of the day. So here's we can flip it a little bit. What are you expecting from Sony to show at this year's E3?
The Last Guardian.
Again,
The Last Guardian. What else?
when does Uncharted 4 come out?
2 weeks or so, or
Oh,
May.
so
Yeah.
they can't. They
I,
can't.
I thought it comes out in. Well, I thought it comes out at the end of April or the beginning of May.
It's May.
So they can't show Uncharted again.
But
So
knowing Sony, they might show some DLC for Uncharted, something this big.
I want
Sony.
them. I want them to show that PlayStation 4.5.
Oh yeah, yeah. Did you guys see? Speaking of that, did you guys see Digital
That's
Foundry's
true.
video? You see Digital
Yeah.
Foundry's video today on it?
yeah.
They broke it down good. I mean, like I said in the day, we're getting something. I mean, even what's this? I was just reading an article about Microsoft here. I can't wait till like I said, man, I'm telling you what the fuck's gonna happen. But like I said, if I just don't see Sony going back in their box and Microsoft not doing nothing, like they can't afford to sit on their goddamn hands. That's just what's been killing the Xbox this whole goddamn generation. It's not the games, it's not the exclusives, it's the resolution. It ain't the DRM.
Could be too that Microsoft are investing their resources to just build a bulletproof console for the next generation. That could be as little as a year or so. I mean, think about it. I mean, I'm not saying it's smart, but it could be. And maybe they're going to offer some insane trade-in deals on the X1 to get you that new console that has upgradable features through that Thunderbolt port for some GPUs. I don't know. I just feel like they're really smart. They know what the fuck they're doing, and they're already talking about if they're going to come out with something, it's going to be pushing bigger numbers, way bigger numbers than just times 2 GPUs. So I feel like
I got the
they'll
article
do
here.
it at the right time.
I got the article here in front of me. It says it's rumored new Xbox One possibly outed by the FCC. It says rumors of a new Xbox One console, aka Xbox One Slim, or a completely new or a completely new Xbox in full swing right now. So as you may know, the FCC regulates all devices, yada yada yada. So Microsoft, I guess, submitted a patent for it, whatever. Basically, AMD, the chips that they use, they're able to make them smaller. They're able to make the chip smaller, and on that die, they can even add more tech and so to the die if they choose to. That's what the whole rumor of what the PlayStation 4 being 2 times more powerful, the PS4K being 2 times more powerful than the current PlayStation 4. So they're able to
the transistors on the
they're able to add more tech or so without it overheating on that said die. And this new AMD's new Polaris technology. Now, even from AMD's own investment call, they said they had new products with an S going to the home console market this holiday season. You know what I mean? In their investment call.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're getting new hardware there from probably Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony. You know what I mean?
And it might have a USB 2.0 for 4K HDMI support and all of that stuff too.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Well, the vice president from Netflix said in 2014 that Microsoft and Sony were going to re-release 4K capable consoles. Before the light. That's what the vice president of Netflix said. But in 2014.
For movies and things like that.
Huh?
Okay, for movies and things like that, not for games.
Well,
just media.
Well, here's the thing. According to the rumor from Sony, that I don't think this shit's gonna be native, no, but upscale. It's supposed to be, be able to upscale the gameplay or whatever the case. My thing is not really so much the resolution. If games look better graphically on these boxes, you know what I mean? I'm all about it. You know what I mean? Like, I love who the fuck like a pretty game. You know what I mean? The games look great now.
I don't really understand what the fuck the big deal is with 4K over actually increasing texture quality, lighting, particles, graphical effects, technologies. I don't understand why you choose resolution over better textures and lighting, things like that actually improve fidelity. I just don't understand.
Because that's the whole selling point now. That's the hype.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a selling point indeed.
It is, but a 1080p game with maxed out ultra settings is going to look better than a 4K game running at medium or low. It's just a fact. Yeah, and that's really what they're going to focus on. If this PS4K is more powerful, you're not going to see AAAs running at 4K 30 FPS. You're going to see indie games maybe running at 4K. No AAA games can run at 4K on the PS4K and look better than its 1080p counterpart on the PS4 with its actual graphics technologies. It's just not going to happen.
I don't think more powerful console is coming, but if it comes, it has to be at least 1080p, 60 frames per second for every game. Every game.
That would be nice. 60 frames is a big thing.
Here's the thing. Again, I think maybe Nintendo may play a major factor in this because, again, at a minimum, I think this newer tech. You realize this: the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One came out in 2013. Those chips that went in that box was thought about in 2011. They started production in probably 2012. We got the systems, whatever the fuck the case, in 2013. Now you have the NX that's coming out in 2016. So what was decided to go in that box was in 2014. It's newer technology. There's no choice but to be more powerful. You understand what I'm saying? But at a minimum, if the Nintendo NX can do every goddamn game at 1080p, 60 frames a second, this generation, sad to say again, sorry, it's not been about games. It's been about resolution and frames per second. You got console gamers, not PC elitists, console gamers in the goddamn comment section week after week counting pixels and like I think it's the craziest goddamn thing in the world. You know
we
what I
need
mean?
to get something across too to the people that think that 1080p 60 frames, this can't do that or this can. Every single game on these next gen consoles can be 60 frames a second 1080p. They would just have to take away all of those important graphics technologies that I just mentioned. So your lighting, your textures would be downscaled. Everything will be reduced to get that frame rate and that resolution. And that's why you don't see that. Developers choose, compromising resolutions because they feel that their games look better with lower resolutions and higher graphic settings. That's just the facts.
Yeah. Not for nothing though, I wish that this whole resolution talk will go away. And it's not that because Microsoft is losing it. It's not because of that. I can give a rat's ass. You know what I mean? Like I said, if it was that
You're still
important,
making a profit at the end of the day,
yeah,
and you're still
I
bringing
will play
great
on
games.
PC. But I want the conversation to go back about games. You know what I mean? We don't talk about the games really. You know what I mean? The cloud around goddamn Quantum Break is what? It was in 720p. You know what I mean? Fuck the fact that it was a great game, but the game was in 720p or whatever the case may be. Now the game is doing a lot. MSN, it's doing a lot. You know what I mean? A lot of shit going on in the background, but all that got overlooked. You know what I mean? I just think it's fucked up because look, you take last generation. 99.9% of the PlayStation 3 library was sub 8. It was 540p, but it was upscale. We didn't talk about it. Wasn't the issue, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And,
No, man, I think.
But I'm sorry, go.
Yeah, I think part of that is the propaganda, but part of that is also the lack of good games. I think in this generation,
Good
because
point.
even though if the PlayStation was that 1080p 60 frame per second monster, but it isn't. We all know that. But if it was that, Microsoft should have brought more AAA games with good story, with good gameplay, and there's a lack of that on the PS4 and on the Xbox One too. This until this generation.
Well,
You, yeah,
to me, it matters about the gameplay experience rather than, the 1080p, resolution, concept. I care more about the experience the game gives me rather than what it looks like.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
the game, both of them have games that people enjoy. It just might not be, what people want to play and what people expect the industry to bring to the actual table. There are games there. It's just not the ones that people like.
Exactly. It's not that Gear 1. It's not their Halo 1, those titles.
And really,
Yeah,
I mentioned this too on a video not too long ago. The generation in terms of software has not been super disappointing to me. I really don't. I mean, think about what you got the first couple years. Yes, you got Mass Effect, you got Bioshock. Those are amazing games.
yeah, those
But we've
amazing.
gotten
Incredible
phenomenal
games.
games already this generation too.
What
The Witcher
stands out to
3.
you? What stands out to
Witcher
you?
3 to me is one of the best fucking games I've
The
ever played.
Witcher
It took
3
10
top
fucking hours to
1.
get into it. 10
Yes.
hours to get into that game. But once you do, holy fuck. I mean, it's phenomenal.
What else?
yeah,
Game
I
200
loved
hours.
that game. I loved that game.
It's one of the best games I've ever played. And I definitely feel like we've gotten some great software. Even like games like Wolfenstein, The New Order. People don't talk about that game, but that was such a surprise to me. The New Order was. I mean, there's a
I
lot
liked
of
the
good games.
ending. The ending was really cool. It set me off.
Hey, Dylan, you know what I think the issue is, bro? It wasn't about. Well, again, I guess about the software, but the problem was that's been the problem with this generation that 90% of the games that came out on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 we could have played on the PS3 and the 360. So a
Yeah.
lot of people feel like there was no reason for us to upgrade. It was
There's
the
a shinier Xbox 360.
yeah, that's basically, you know what I mean? It's being real, you know what I mean? And that's because, like I said, if I don't care, even if two separate teams makes that game, this same game, it still has to fit around the parameters of a half a gig of fucking RAM. You understand what I'm saying? I
There's
don't
been a
care how
few
you spin it.
standouts. Like when I saw Star Wars Battlefront, I was like, "Holy fuck, this is
Yes,
some
sir.
next level shit."
That's
That
yeah,
game looks phenomenal.
yeah, that it
That's
did.
why I disagree with people saying 720p is the reason Quantum Break kind of looks a little washed out in areas. Because I play Battlefront, and it's crystal clear to me. It's vivid, it's bright. Quantum Break's got this really annoying film grain filter.
I
That
think
really makes it.
I think that's done on purpose though, or whatever.
Yeah, it might be done on purpose.
That's nothing to do with
I
720p.
think and that's what I'm saying. It makes the game look more washed out than it actually is in areas. I think the film grain was a mistake, but who knows? They could be using that for technical reasons as well. But I
Mm-hmm.
feel like definitely Star Wars Battlefront could not be run on 360. Rise, obviously you could compromise other games, but I just feel like there's no way you get the same experience on last gen on 3 or 4 games so far.
Well, I guess I look like if you take a game like Destiny, think about how great that game could have been if it wasn't on 360 or the PS3. If you take a game like Titanfall, how great that could have been if it wasn't on 360. Or if you take Tomb Raider, how the great Tomb Raider's a good goddamn game. How great that could have been if it wasn't on the 360. You know what I mean? Just like I said, go on. That I think that's been the issue. You know what I mean? Well, some people, that's what I felt. You know what I mean? Like, God damn.
Tomb Raider is actually a great example of what developers can do when they lower the resolution. Now, as you know, the actual in-game gameplay ran at 1080p, but those
Mm-hmm.
those phenomenal cutscenes that looked like real fucking life, that was reduced resolution. And what they did is they took those processing cycles and they ramped up all the graphics technology in that game, and those cutscenes look just ridiculously real. I mean, you've
Don't
seen them,
they?
right? They look
Yes.
so much better than
That's
some of
it's
the
a good it's a good
parts of
game.
the
I tweeted Phil yesterday before yesterday. I can't wait to see part two. You know what I mean? They got a good IP on their hand and broke some records. I think it was the number one successful newest IP
Quantum
part two.
Break, yeah,
Yeah,
it was crushing all new Microsoft Studios produced IPs in the same initial launch period. So that's Rise. These games have also, well over 1 million copies in some cases. So
Gears
doing
too.
a lot better.
Jesus.
No, new Microsoft IP.
Well, Gear.
So like
For the
Sunset
Xbox for
Overdrive,
the
things
Xbox
like
One.
this generation.
Oh, okay, all right, all right. Oh, so yeah. Well, damn. Should we say Titanfall? What else? Well,
Who
yeah,
knows
shit.
what
Long
they
long
end
as a
up
goddamn
selling, but
game, long as it's successful. I think it was. I mean, what sucked was Sunset Overdrive. I guess kind of bombed out for him. That was supposed to be a
it's had over
weird.
1 million copies. I felt like that's about what I expected it to do because it's kind of an off the wall title. And plus,
Hmm.
that was at a lower install base when it came out, a much lower. So,
Isn't it free for Go? Isn't it free now?
It's
not
gonna be
yet.
free. It's gonna be free in a couple days.
Yeah.
Uh,
The 15th, I
I'm going to
think.
go back through it too, so.
yeah, I never tried the multiplayer in the game. I beat the campaign. I didn't try the multiplayer of it. I think that game probably did better sell. Why if it had a co-op part for the game and you can actually ran through with a partner and play the game. I think probably did much better. It had longer legs. Say that. Um, damn. So anyway, so getting back to, let me ask you guys a question. VR, and we talked about it yesterday on the Xbox versus Pony, so it's a little more similar today. The VR thing. Are you guys on board with it, or are you guys against it?
I'll answer the question
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
Well, to me, I think I watched that expo. I watched the Oculus. I watched the PlayStation 4. I mean the PlayStation 4 VR. I like it, and I like where all the like technology is upgraded, and I like how they're basically adapting to the motion sickness, the walk-in place board, the knee pad. I like all that stuff, but to me, I will not touch a VR until it looks like a freaking Star Wars headset or Star Wars wristband, and my entire, personal, persona is inside of virtual reality.
You know what, Reaper? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm going to go off. Yeah, finish.
Yeah, so I mean, this new technology, it's awesome. It sets new boundaries for the industry, and I think in certain cases it might flop, and it might soar. But to me, that's not really the vision of a VR. In my personal opinion.
Well, how do
But
you
it
feel?
but it but it is the first step towards that goal.
How do you feel about it, Mark?
VR, I'm totally off board with VR.
Off board, or you said you're off board?
Board, I think it's gonna flop, my man. And you know why?
Why is
Because
that?
it's not natural, you know? Just like 3D, when all my friends were buying 3D TVs, I was telling them, guys, this technology is gonna flop, you know? And after 1 or 2 years, nobody was buying 3D TVs anymore. VR, I think is going to be the same because your body does not want two screens in front of your eyes after you came from work or after you came from school. You
Mm-hmm.
cannot play long sessions of gaming with a big helm on your head.
I,
Good
I,
point.
al- I also think the
That's the
PC,
problem.
side devices that allow you to experience VR is more practical than sitting in a chair with a screen over your head. Like
But still,
at least with those PC, those PC, accessories, you're actually walking in place. Your body is going through the motion and not just sitting down.
That's true, but you have still the screens in front of your eyes, you know?
Yeah, you'll go blind.
Now listen. Now I think I think
Really? You whipped out old grandma's urban legend book?
man, before I say what I have to say, well, how do you feel about it, dealer? This whole VR thing, craze.
PlayStation VR, it'll sell. It'll sell initially anyway, like we were talking about yesterday.
Exactly.
Because it's so simple. It's plug and play. There you go. Battlefront supports it at launch. I think they said people will buy it initially, but I think really what'll keep it going is the PC side of things. And you're right. You can't sit there and play with this fucking 5-pound thing on your head after you get off work or whatever. You just don't want to do it. But I do think it will be around. I'm in between on this one because I think it'll be around as a hobby, something awesome to show your friends. I only hear great things when people play it. But I just don't think that it's something that I would want to put on my head anytime I just want to throw a game in. I just don't see it.
I think one of the strikes on the Sony side has against it is that the recommended age is 12 and above and higher.
Yeah, it's because of that. It's because of the motion sickness.
I don't even think
it makes people sick.
The motion sickness, because that influences your brain, you know?
Yeah, your brain is going through the motion, but your body is not. That's
you gotta remember though, it's the same parents that are bitching about violent video games. You know, and they go buy them for their kids without looking at the M rating on it. You know,
exactly.
So they don't give a fuck.
No, but what I'm saying, being at the world that we live in now, everything's a big social. Everything's on Twitter, Facebook. So I can see a few kids throwing up, and that video clips hit Twitter or some shit, it's gonna go viral. You know what I mean? I'm just being real. It's the day and age that we live in.
That's pretty awesome.
That's gonna happen, yes.
You know what I mean? Like we seen it with the Wii. Motherfuckers breaking their TVs with the Wii remote. That's when you're gonna see somebody using this VR. They're gonna throw up. Oh shit, Jimmy threw up in the punch bowl. Like it's gonna be fucking. It's gonna hit the fan. But like I said, Sony has really, really doubled down on this thing here. Like they put balls to the wall. You know what I mean? On this whole VR thing. And I'm gonna be honest, like I said, it's gonna sell at launch. The diehard guys are gonna buy it. But like I said yesterday, that when you have to make software especially for it, you know what I mean? That's when it becomes like a gimmick, because you got these, and it doesn't have any must-have software right now. You know what I mean? You can say what you want about the Kinect, but the Gen Stance and all that stuff, it was cool. But even myself, when this Xbox One came out, I wasn't going home about going buying Just Dance 2. I did that shit already. I'm not interested. Is it going to be the same thing with this VR? They're going to buy this soccer robot shit. They're going to play that when their friends come over. Look at me. Woo, woo.
It'd be a bit different if PS4 could possibly support something like Oculus, which is
that's what I'm saying. That's what I initially thought it was. Yeah. That whatever, if I'm playing God of War 3 and I looked at it in my arm and I'm Kratos, fuck it, bring it on, give it here.
I mean, like Oculus is going. That's what the PC crowd is going to go with. It's been around the longest. It's got the most recognition. They're going to develop a lot of games specifically for Oculus. And if they could just port over to the PS4 with ease, I see that happening. But Oculus requires too much processing for PS4. So obviously, developing for PSVR is different than Oculus.
Oh, you need a pretty up-to-date rate to have.
Oh yeah.
That was a 970 or 980 or whatever the fuck. I mean, at least.
I got a question.
What's the question?
Do you guys think that the VR topic is going to be a big presence at E3 this year?
For Sony, yes.
For Sony,
I'm trying to sell this bitch to you this year.
Yeah, it's coming out this holiday season. That's their exclusive. They got that VR, bitch.
Do you think that's going to dominate their press conference, or do you think they're also going to show other shit?
They're in a fucked up position. Because how can you really show a VR on the stage? Like, we can't experience that shit. We don't know what I mean. We want to see the game.
They'll do it. They'll try, just like last time they showed it off.
Last year it was at their E3. That took a good portion of the time on that.
We'll say it again. So your mic went out. Can you get it back?
I said last year the PlayStation VR took a majority of their press conference.
Yeah. Well, like I said the day, but they have to split the show up between, because they, like I said, they invested over $350 million into this goddamn fishbowl in your head.
Yeah,
right? People don't want shit in your head. You know what I mean? They gonna play with this shit for a little while. They gonna take that hot shit off, man. Fuck that. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Like I'm just, like I said, I'm just sitting back. I can't wait till the memes, man, come out, man. I mean, this motherfucker bugging. This console war been some funny shit this generation, Jack. I ain't lying. You know what I mean? But is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we get the hell out of here? Anything you guys want to bring up?
No, it was good podcast.
I just want to say I hope Microsoft comes with Alan Wake 2 on the next E3.
No? Oh, Alan Wake 2.
That game. Alan
I feel
Wake
like
2, man.
Microsoft need to invest in another Mega Soul. That's what they need to do.
You know what?
Also,
Microsoft, I won't say that it came and ran its course. I just don't think that, well, especially over here, because, the U.S. and stuff, then Europe.
I mean, there were only 2 games, and they were both on the
But,
OG Xbox.
but what I'm saying is that, I think we kind of outgrew playing Armored and with robots and shit. That shit is big in Japan. That shit
Yeah,
ain't really
I guess. I don't know if they do
Yeah.
it the right way though. I mean, there's a community that
Yo,
still
Microsoft
plays.
got a
like
couple
crazy.
classic IPs, man. Like I said, I was a beta tester for the Xbox. I remember Midtown Madness, man. That was my shit. Running around these fucking towns and shit. Crimson Skies. What else they had? They had a couple
You
goddamn
got
games.
motherfuckers on the PS4 playing Japanese schoolgirl dancing games. I'm pretty sure we can find an audience for Mecha Soul. You know?
the Gangnam Style.
Gundam style. Yeah, man. But like I said, in the day, as far as Alan Wake 2, Remedy just finished Quantum Break, and they take forever to fucking make games, man. So we might.
I want to see if they're gonna make a second one because the way it ended, it was.
We won't see another game from them until the next Xbox.
Yeah, they take forever, man.
They do one a generation, it seems.
4 to 5
Almost.
years.
Fuck.
Anyway, though, thank you guys for rocking out with us, man. It's about an hour show.
Oh, man. Thank you, too.
Oh yeah, no problem. Anyway, like I said, if you're interested in coming on, just holler at me. Hit me up in the comments section.
Okay, man.
It is, and I'll leave the links to these guys' channels in the comment section below. Subscribe them, show them some love, and we out of here, man. Bacon
Do
grease.
your thing, man. You're the king of podcasts on YouTube.
I'm
You guys.
I'm the king of rock. There is none higher.
Bang.
Sucking fucking ponies should call me fire. We out of here, man. Bang, bang.